before you use any of these scripts, back up your node.
Hey, Radio Crusader, hear my voice in a world of chatter. We make our choice, uniting us all from far and near. With every broadcast, we spread the cheer.
We are Ham Radio. Welcome back, everybody. It's Freddie Mac, your Ham Radio Crusader, and I'm back with another video about another script file on my GitHub page. That's right, I have a GitHub page now, and you can find it at github.com/KD5FMU, Kilo Delta 5, Foxtrot Mike Uniform. And the script file that I'm talking about is this first one right here at the top. It's called ASL3 Multi-App Install. This will help you a lot. Once you've got a new install done of AllStarLink 3, you can run this script file and have Allscan, Skywarn Plus, DVswitch server, and Supermon 7.4. It's hard to do when you're arthritic. And it also does the Supermon 7.4 new install and the Supermon 7.4 upgradable version. So it does them both at the same time so that you will have an upgradable version of Supermon once you're done. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, so here we have a brand new install of AllStarLink 3, and I haven't even set it up yet, so we're going to jump in here real quick, log into it. And instead of doing any initial updates, it has done most of them upon first boot, which it's already done. So we're going to jump straight to the terminal. And once I'm there, I like to run a sudo su, enter, and put us into the root. And then from there, we can run ASL-menu, go right into node settings, All-Star node setup menu, and the node we're setting up today is 576.330. And the password for the purposes of this video is password 2024. And we're going to make it a hub with no radio, since this is a radios hub for this example. Of course, everybody knows the call sign, KD5FMU. And we're going to restart asterisk, because that's what it likes for us to do. We're running this on a Raspberry Pi Zero 2W, so it's going to react a little bit slower, but still gets the job done. All right, now we have the basic node set up, so we're going to back out of the menu. And we're going to go to CD squiggly. And you can also jump into the temp file if you want to, but I like to do this from here. But we've got to go get the GitHub. We've got to go in here and get the link from the GitHub page. So we're going to go to the repository named ASL3 multi_app install. It's a multi-app install for ASL3. And you can see right here in the directions is the install directions. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this line. You've hit this copy. You've got it copied to your clipboard. We'll go right to the terminal. I'm going to go right in here, right click and hit paste. And there it is. Hit enter. And away we go. Now, we just downloaded that ASL multi-app install. The script file name is m_app.sh. So if we hit an ls, you can see it right there. We can also do an ls-l and see its attributes and see that it is read-writable, but it is not executable. So we got to do a sudo chmod +x m_app.sh. And now we can do ls-l. Boy, howdy. And see, now that there is an rwxr in the first of those attributes, means it's read, writable, and executable. So we're going to stick with that and clear the baffles here. If we just to make it look better. And do this. There's our file. So we're going to do a /m. Actually, let's do this. Sudo m_app.sh. And the reason I put sudo there, you can tell by this word right here, root, that I'm already in the root. But if I say to do sudo and you're not in the root, it's still going to work for you. So let's just get into that habit, shall we? I'm going to hit enter, and boom, DVswitch is the first on the list to get installed. And here we go. And just like that, we have a prompt. It says, after this operation, 33.6 megabytes of additional disk space will be used. Do you want to continue? You can see the Y is bigger than the N for yes and no. So Y means it's the default value. I'm going to hit enter because I want it to be yes. Now we're on to Skywarn Plus, and right away we already have a prompt. This script is designed to automate the installation of Skywarn Plus, author Mason Nelson, N5 LSN. The script is an installer only and will not automate configuration. Please edit the config.yaml file manually after installation. Would you like to continue? That Y is bigger than the N, so it's a default when you hit enter for yes, and that's what we want. It is an ASL3 system like it's detected. Is this correct? Yes. And now it's going to install its dependencies and get to work. And now it's installing. Okay, Skywarn Plus is basically completely installed, but it needs a little bit of information from you. So if you wanted the cron tab interval for Skywarn Plus to check with the National Weather Service if there's anything going on in your area, if you want that interval to be 1 minute, just hit enter. To disable the cron tab entry and require manual execution, enter 0. I don't do that. I hit enter for that 1 because that's the perfect setting. Now it says, would you like to create a cron tab entry for ASL3 Supermon workaround.py now? Yes, you want this to happen. Hit enter. Would you like to edit the config.yaml file now? I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. You don't have to do this now, but I'm only going to do 2 simple things. I'm going to put in my node number, and I'm going to come down here and put in my county code. These 2 things I have memorized, and this will basically make it work now without all the extras going on in the background. It will still sound off. Control X, yes to save, enter to exit, and boom, we're moving right along to Allscan. And it's a little bit different on this prompt. It asks you, are you ready to install it? Enter Y to confirm. And I don't know if that's the default, so I'm just going to hit the letter Y, hit enter, and then I'm going to hit Y to proceed. And Allscan is done, and we're moving right on into DVswitch server. The DVswitch files we were doing at the beginning were the repositories needed for DVswitch server. DVswitch is finished, and now we're moving on to Supermon for ASL3 fresh install. Now we're moving on to Supermon 7.4 upgradable version. And just like that, we are done. Now let's check our cron tab. And since it's the first time me using it, I'm choosing number 2 to use Nano, which is my favorite at the time of this video. And you can see our one and only entry into the cron tab is for Supermon 7.4, and I've updated cron tab entry. And what this does is at 3 a.m. every night, it updates the ASTDB.php file. So Control X, and since we didn't make any changes, it just simply exit. So let's check it out. Let's see which ones we've got installed. So this is node 576.330.local, and first we'll start with Allscan. And boom, there is the Allscan setup menu. And all we've got to do is configure it. So node 576.330.local/index.php. And our connection is not private, so we got to say, okay, I will. Now, this is the DVswitch dashboard, what it looks like when it's unconfigured. So it still has to be configured, but boom, it is there and it is running. So let's go to node 576.330.local/Supermon. And boom, there it is. It's got to be configured because it hasn't been configured yet. It's just been installed. And we can't see Skywarn Plus per se without kicking it on, but everything has been installed. So now we've got Allscan, we've got Skywarn Plus, we've got DVswitch server, and we've got Supermon 7.4 Plus upgraded to the upgradable version. So there you have it. Allscan, Skywarn Plus, DVswitch server, and Supermon installed in one fell swoop out of one script file from the KD5FMU Ham Radio Crusader GitHub page. Have fun with it, y'all. Don't forget, you still have to configure those 4 things once they're installed, but now all 4 of them installed in minutes with a lot less hoo-ha you have to go through. So I hope you enjoy it. Hey, this is Freddie Mac, your Ham Radio Crusader, saying 73s, wishing all the good signals to be yours, and ham on, y'all.